Back for part three. We made it through the regular season, 31 games, and we're going to go into districts and beyond. But Coach Hayner, the girls here, and I call them girls because they are so young, had goals at the beginning of the season. So Ashley, you have those, correct? Read those off what your goals were.
So we always set 5 goals for the season, and our number 1 was to win round robin. Number 2 was to win conference. 3 was to win all of our home games. 4 was to have the best New Haven volleyball record ever, and then 5 was to win state. We achieved all except 1, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, you did, because obviously they didn't play as many games, not as many tournaments as back then, correct?
We were 29-4-3. Then.
So, district was it? Was district here, or do you guys remember where?
It was here.
So, I assumed you guys got a bye the first game.
I think so.
Probably. I don't know how many teams from the district.
So you played Crossroads first game in district, and you won 25-8, 25-7. And you played Chamois 25-9, 25-9. And it's got to be a similar feeling, not going into district being, hey, we're great, but similar to Herman, you guys have played such good teams, and then now you're finally playing schools at your level.
Yeah.
And it's probably could be almost at a letdown. Like these are so easy that.
Yeah.
I don't know, Coach, if you could see in those games. I feel like some of those games that were relatively easier teams, we had a hard time getting going. There for a while. It was like we weren't used to simplifying things so much. So
Not used to like a bunch of free balls.
Yeah.
Now I can see, like, we played semifinals and finals in the same night. I didn't remember that. But, when you just play 2 out of 3, we were able to do that sort of thing. But our games are taking 30 minutes. We took care of business pretty quickly for districts.
So you even have time?
Well, we had to keep times because we had just recently gone to
Oh
25
my God.
points, and we had to turn that information into the state.
To see if we want to continue down this road or go back to 15.
Exactly right.
I remember Coach saying that a lot. Okay, get done. Let's get in there. Go to business.
Let's go. Let's make this.
So what year did that change? What year?
I don't remember.
Do you guys remember playing a 15 at all or not?
In middle school, I think we played for sure to 15, but
I don't.
I just made my girls do it in practice on Friday. I said, we're going to do old school rules today. And I really had to explain to them, like, it's just side out. Like, you don't get to score unless you guys are playing. Or unless you guys are
growing up,
serving.
that's how we played.
maybe
Right?
it was
I
for high
remember.
school. But that's just like normal.
Yeah,
Was it?
I
Yeah,
don't
now it's
remember. I would
Well,
be
it would probably be
interested
the
to
most
switch.
beneficial is when we talked when they were gone about serving. Is like you have to get it over to score.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But there was also no penalty if you missed your serve. I mean, the other team got the
ball.
but
Yeah.
they did not get a point.
So you guys go to sectionals. Was sectionals down at Green Ridge or whatever again?
Yep,
Did you-
it was.
How did they always get it?
I don't know.
Was it a big gym or?
No.
It was
Tiny.
It was about this size.
Okay.
I don't know if it was centrally located or what. We've gone there. We went there back in 2014 as well, I think.
So your first game, which would be technically sectionals, Archie, 25-15, 25-13. Was that ever close?
I never called a timeout, so it must not have been.
There you
No.
go.
must
See,
not have
she's got it.
Well, don't you think though a lot of it is when you have these girls, which you, like I said, consider the best team ever here, used to playing with each other. A lot of it you can say, hey, I'm just going to let them. They can figure out their own problems. Just let them work it out amongst themselves. Did you use that at all or not?
Well, yeah. If there were huge problems, of course I was calling a timeout. But some of that is just they're not going to be perfect, and you don't want to call a timeout to rattle them, or to make the other team be like, oh, she had to call a timeout kind of thing. We have the momentum. I didn't really ever want to give another team that advantage, that mental advantage there.
Well, I think the advantage when we're talking about basketball, not jumping up and down like coaches do, is there is a break. So you can say, hey, Danielle, this is what you need. It's not like going up and down. It's like they're not listening. You can actually, Danielle, you need to move back or whatever you need to do. So that's probably advantage here.
Well, or like Coach Carey called serves every single time. So there's still communication often that you just have to call a timeout for things.
So then, the next game would be quarterfinals. I know that's part of sectionals. And this is where Coach Hayner, I don't know what she was thinking
My
here.
gosh.
Yeah.
She was she
Yeah.
hitting a bottle too much
I
the other
was
night?
hoping they would have
Oh
forgotten.
my gosh. Terrible.
So
So
anybody,
she submitted the wrong lineup
Sure
or
did.
position. So what?
Sure
Where did
did.
this even come
Wasn't it
from?
just shifted up one? Like, it
No.
really should have been that big a deal.
Oh,
right?
it was a big deal. No, it was a big deal because I switched Aaron and Danielle, my setter with my non-setter.
And what?
I have no idea.
You know what? Was someone talking to you when you
She
were?
actually doesn't make mistakes often,
Yeah.
so for all of us, we were like,
we didn't know what was going
it was
on.
like we'd
We were
never
like-
played volleyball before in our
Yeah.
lives.
So the down ref was looking at the rotation. Is like, okay, you need to go back or.
I
or-
mean, we got.
It
How
was
was
just
that?
all.
It was
It was
terrible.
Well, I wasn't setting at that point anymore.
Fumbled.
So if I was in the back row or like, gonna set, I'd have to come up from the back row to set. And I had not been setting for, however many games we'd ran a 5-1. So, but if Erin was, it just really threw everything
Oh
off.
man, it was bad for us.
So, but you would have started in the front row then if she had you two mixed. Right?
Exactly.
She did.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
I
that
can
also
see
didn't
it.
ever
Like-
happen because I'm short. So that didn't start
So
in
you
front
guys
row.
are standing around looking at each other like, no, I'm not supposed
It
to.
was
stand here looking
terrible.
over her, and she's like, I don't know
it
what's
was,
going
it
on.
was
she
awful.
went-
It was
and she
truly
had
as
no
if-
emotion on her
no,
face.
It was.
But in my mind, I was like, oh,
But
oh
she had no.
my
She's
God.
like, we're
Oh,
fine.
we're fine.
Exactly,
We're
we're
fine.
fine.
But
like,
we
we're
weren't.
fine.
Because I turned it in, no big deal, I do that hundreds of times. And Nancy Willig is checking it, and she said, this is wrong. And I was like, what? So I went up there. Sure enough, I had written their numbers, 6 and 4, in different spots. And I said, is there anything that I can do? And she's a nice lady, and she said, no, Coach, there's not. And I said, okay. So then, in my mind, I was going crazy. But to them, I had to appear calm.
Mm-hmm.
But like, to mess the setter up with that was just catastrophical because it really messed up, I feel, our serve receive.
Well, I just
More
think,
than anything.
I just think we
everything,
froze.
yeah.
Like we froze.
Well, you should have
It was
frozen,
kind of like,
yeah.
wait, can
But-
we even play like this? Like, this is really not.
well, it
gonna-
wouldn't have
I mean, we
made
only
much
lost
difference in
3.
setting, other than she was limited on what she could do coming out of the back initially, right?
But it really messed up our serve receive, and it did
Yeah,
mess up
it
like our
did.
combinations of who was in the
Yes.
front row together
Yeah.
and who was in
Yes.
the back row
And
together.
who was
We
serve
were-
receiving
well,
together?
we
That
were
was
serve
the biggest
receiving
thing.
together.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
serve
Yeah.
receive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like we had kids who couldn't receive serve,
Yeah.
but we had the ones that we had grown accustomed to
Yeah.
receiving
Right.
serve. So even, I swear to God, 20 years later, every time I turn in my lineup, I am looking, and I am looking, and I'm thinking of this team because of how I have it on my clipboard. It is taped on there, like what numbers I should be
Yeah.
writing down if we receive or serve because of that.
Do you? I mean, you lost the first set 22-25. Do you think
That was my
that
fault,
was
yes.
truly the main factor, and everything was
Look
like.
at the other scores of the
Well, I
other two
know, but I
sets.
didn't know when you said everything's fine. I was like, okay, we've given them some points here. Now let's get back to where we need to.
I mean, we're
But do you
also
think it was so much in their heads
we're-
psychologically?
Yeah,
that
I
they
mean, we're
Nervous.
six.
Okay.
We're,
Yeah.
we're
Kids.
kids.
Yeah,
So
16.
Yeah.
This
it
is the
was
team we lost to the year
very-
before.
This
Like,
is
there's
very
a lot of
extreme
emotion.
to us,
Yeah.
right? It's like,
I'm thinking, has she lost her mind? Like,
Right.
what are we doing?
why are we doing this now, Coach?
What are we
Yes,
doing here?
yes,
And why
and
are you flustered?
I did not like normally do that sort of thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It was
ever.
very out of character.
What did Coach Carey? Did he like,
I
hey?
think I don't know what he said.
I don't know.
I can only imagine him. He probably was saying a few choices.
What
No,
were
I
you
bet he
doing?
wasn't because I bet
He's
he was
probably trying to
thinking,
make you
"Oh crap,
feel-
that
yeah.
we need to figure this out."
Yeah.
Because I mean, what are you going to do?
What do
Yeah.
you do?
There's
Yeah.
already a problem. You're going to fix it, you
Yeah.
know. And so we had to figure something.
Ew,
out.
He was probably like,
Yeah.
"You're on the doorstep. All you gotta do is turn on the door, knock,
Yeah.
and walk on in."
All you gotta do is
know.
walk on
yeah.
in.
He would probably say something like that. We're like, "What? What do
Yeah.
you mean?" You know,
Nothing.
16, no one had a clue.
Yeah.
No, we're just like, this ain't right. This ain't gonna work. Yeah.
So were they Lockwood? Were they the same team basically that won, or did they lose quite a bit?
They lost quite a bit,
Okay.
but they were still good. I mean,
Okay.
Lockwood was a really good program when those coaches were there, and so they always had good teams. And we saw them a lot in the postseason. So, yeah, that was.
So
something.
you got to straighten out, and you won the second set 25-13, and then obviously Lockwood was like, hey, we hung with them when everything was jacked up, but now we can't. And you guys either that or you played really well, 25-9 in the last set. You guys remember if you just played really well, or
We
they?
got
think
to
we
go
just
back. We got to go back to our
We
rotation.
played normal.
Yeah, we played
Well, what I'm saying is the
Yeah.
scores, they scored less and less as it went
Yeah.
on. So I didn't know if you guys just turned up the heat and played better.
I mean, I can see in our first set, I had to call a timeout at 8-1. That is how shook we were. I mean,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was just, it was a disaster. And that
Yeah.
was completely my fault. Completely my fault.
Could you have lived with it if you're like, hey, they lost this, and I know you could live, but it's like, it was all on you. If they would have lost that game, it's like,
I would have resigned. I mean, I even made a joke. I know I made a joke, like going into the
did.
second
Oh.
set.
Yeah, it was
And
not funny.
She was like, it's not
I
funny.
probably looked at you like, I was like,
Yeah,
are
they-
you kidding me?
Yeah, it
I
was-
think she made a joke. So after the first set, and we got to her, she's like, "Well, you guys want to do that rotation again, or something?" She tried, she made a joke of it, and we were just like,
This ain't the
Too soon.
time to be
No.
funny.
No, they were not happy with me, as well they should have been.
so you guys make it to state. Where was, states moved around from Warrensburg to Kansas City to Cape. Where was it? Warrensburg,
yeah.
okay.
yeah.
It's Lawrenceburg.
And did you, obviously Santa Fe and Winona obviously have had history. Bell City, I haven't really heard much, but you played Bell City first, and Poole played 25-14, 25-16. And then you play Santa Fe 25-16, and then 23-25.
Lord.
Do you guys remember, and you probably don't put a lot, were you guys ranked fairly high going at,
Did they even do rankings back then?
I'm sure they did,
Yeah.
I mean,
Not that
I don't recall
did we
that.
even have really the internet back then?
I know.
Not much.
Yeah, we did.
come
We had
on, it
those
was
sports.
2005,
We
it
didn't have
wasn't,
No.
Was it most sports?
Was
That's
that,
right.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, most sports,
That
a
was
great
it.
big message board,
Yeah,
kind of like
that's
today's
right.
Facebook.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all we need.
Yeah.
People would get on there and crank about
To read.
stuff.
well, it's kind of like when you get on Max Preps now, you can get on there, and,
Yeah,
because I
that
see
didn't
Herman
exist.
ranked 20th or 25th, and he's like, you have Fatima, which they beat, and Lynn, and it's like, come on now, you can't go
Don't
by
get
that.
me
but-
started.
This was actually pretty emotional losing that game. I did not. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
So,
Yeah, what was the stats though?
here was the deal. So, we beat Santa Fe the first set 25-16, so we were 3-0 in pool play at that point. But then the second set, I can see that Danielle goes back to serve, and it was 24-16. So we really had to beat them. That we didn't want to tie that at all, because
Yeah.
we didn't want that
Yeah.
split to be on our record. We also wanted to make sure that we beat them by more than what they beat us by. Her first serve, put it over there, they kind of messed around, and I think we did end up winning that rally. And then her next serve was an ace. Her next serve
Yep.
was an ace.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe didn't get an ace the next one, but there was
It was
another
right,
ace.
yep.
Yeah.
We had such momentum then, even though we lost that
Yeah.
set 25-23, we had such momentum going into Winona's game.
Yes.
Yeah.
We came out like
Yeah.
guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that,
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was huge. And again, it was back to, she accepted her role
Yep.
way back in September, and then, here we are at the state tournament. and
Yeah,
she
I mean,
is-
we relied on her a lot. I like, again, everyone had their roles, but we did rely on her serve was
Absolutely.
a weapon for us, and she kind of just proved it during this time. And just take the compliment, move on.
Thanks.
So
I don't
you-
do well with those, I
But-
do remember
but-
Coach Carey calling like, get a 2, and I'd be like,
Like, oh, come
2? I'm
on.
just gonna get in
No,
the
let's
court.
just-
What is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Like,
it's almost like you just act like you didn't see it.
Like, sure,
moving
yeah.
on.
Did you, okay, ladies, did you ever truly listen? Oh, 1, 2, it is, okay, I'm gonna try to get it somewhat
I
close.
think I did.
Was anyone that
I
truly
did.
accurate? Did they
Oh,
get a
yeah,
pinpoint?
absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But in that game, I
Absolutely.
remember being like, well, I don't know if that's gonna work today. I'll try
I
it.
love
I just want to
serving.
get
I love
inside,
those
you
short
know?
serves. Loved it. I love those. I mean,
Okay.
No, I didn't know anything but hard.
Yeah.
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 Get it over, hit it hard.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just let me put this in the court. I don't actually know what you're calling.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I really liked it to move them back, move them up. That whole
You're like, hey.
situation. Like, let's
Yeah.
have we play
She's like,
with
hey,
that.
5, and you're like, I don't even know, where's 5? Which one is 5?
Yeah.
Oh, she do.
Yeah,
But we lost that set, and I was
Oh.
just telling them before this that when they were walking off of that set after such a great comeback, like they were mad. Both of these two, you could see on the video that they were cranking about this, cranking about
Yeah.
that, because they were mad that we lost.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a really good comeback, but we still lost, and that's all that they knew is that we lost.
So you guys played Winona 25-13, 25. After that win, were you guys number 1 in pool play? Do you
Yes.
remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did Santa Fe lose to any other team other than you? Was it, you guys were both 3-1 or 5-1?
Well, I mean, we were 5-1. I don't really know what they were.
I almost feel like they didn't. I thought
I
they
don't
were
think
like.
they did.
I thought they had lost to another set to somebody. but
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Maybe.
that.
I don't know.
Because there was something about I knew how many points. Remember, because back then they just had the boards. They moved your names to where it was, you know.
Yeah,
And we were
yeah.
waiting to see what the score,
Yeah.
like what
Yeah,
the score
they
was.
may
Is
have.
they still do that?
Yeah, do
They
they
still
still
Yes,
have
they-
an
write it on a
annual
big
board?
They still have it at the Herman tournament, and the thing with Herman tournament this year, it was so close that I didn't learn this until later, talking to some coaches there, that they were thinking about eliminating New Haven, like the bottom 3 teams, and not including them, just the points against
So
them
they
each
could figure
other.
that out easier.
Yeah, so they could figure it out easier, because it was Dave Hackman that told me. I was like, hey, because I'm up there trying to figure it out. Hey, Pacific had beat someone by almost 20 and blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And I knew then Herman was not going to be in the Final Four just because of the math I did. So, yeah, they still do it, at least at the Herman tournament, yes. They put it on the board manually, so.
Like online though.
No.
No.
I mean, we were
No.
at that board.
I know.
Yeah. I remember, yeah.
So, you guys, state championship game, Santa Fe, got them easy the first one, unless it was close, 25-12 at some point, and then you guys won them, beat them at 25-22. Obviously, the second set was a little closer. Was the first? Were you still? They said you were. Oh, you'd be polite and not curse. You were upset after your loss after Santa Fe. Was that carried through
Well,
with
that-
Winona
yeah.
and this first set with Santa Fe? Were you guys still saying we're not
I don't
thinking about them beating you one
think
set,
it
or was that?
It was a
No.
new day. We were
Okay.
just
It was a
ready to
different-
play.
yeah, it was the
Like,
next
this
day,
was,
and that was
this
our-
was our
yeah.
opportunity for what we
Yeah.
really worked for. I
Yeah.
think we were just excited.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
I've
Nervous.
never been that nervous
I
for
remember-
a game in my life.
Ashley and I vividly remember this being, and it might have been that second set, I don't remember, but Ashley and I, a ball comes and we just both stare at it and it hits the ground. And we're like, we'll get it next time.
No
All right,
problem.
here we go. And we just
And what
went
did
right back
Coach-
at it. And we were just like,
Just
stop.
weird.
It's like
What
we
was
just
that?
couldn't
what
even
did she,
move.
what did she say in
Nothing.
that
I
time?
don't even think she said anything because I
Nothing,
think
probably.
we ourselves
I mean,
were
they
like,
figured
we
that
knew
stuff
it.
out.
Like,
I didn't have to
we
get
won't
on
let
the
go.
But
You
I
know,
think the second set, we were down at one point 11-4 or
In the
something like
beginning,
that.
I called a
That's when-
timeout at 4-8. I know that much.
I think the
it
second
was
set,
more than
we
that.
were, at one point, I think it was the second set, or I don't remember first or second, but it was
Oh, I
like
see
11-5.
11-5,
It was the first
It was
set.
11-5, and so we were down.
second set, yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
and
Yeah.
we came back, but I remember that
Well,
being like,
Came back, look who was serving here, number 6.
Mhm.
9, 10, 11,
Told you.
12. Yep, there she
What
is.
was so special about? What was so special about her
Well,
serve?
Just
Like
what
she
you were
said
saying.
earlier,
She
she
likes
moved
to
it around.
move it.
Okay.
She didn't
I,
have
and
the
I will,
same kid.
I remember, well, goes way back to, but I remember this from like one of my days at H&H. Linda Lampkin was one of my coaches
Yeah.
back then, and I remember her saying like, your serve is your most powerful. That was back we played points,
Yeah,
like even
yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
and she's like, I don't care if you're on my team or if you're playing against me. I want to know, like, I want your serve. You know, she was our coach.
Yeah.
Like she's like, I want your serve to be a great serve. And so I was like, man, like that really made sense to me, you know, and that was how I could aid to our team that year, you know.
Did she serve hard? Did you have movement, or just?
she had
Hey,
like
you
more of the
served-
floater
Yeah.
serve.
Okay.
I could,
So we
It's like you
really,
couldn't track it.
her and I
Yeah.
had more of like
Okay.
the floater serve that had, you know,
Yeah.
we had
Oh,
good placement and
I hated playing against them
Mhm.
during like practice. If I was like, can I be on one of their teams?
well, and I
Please,
hated
please
your
put me."
hard serves.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it was hard to track them.
Yeah.
You really couldn't. And then when you thought you could track them, she would move you up, and then next thing you
And
know, it's
throw a
over your
short
head.
serve
Like
right
it's-
over the net, you know.
And I
just-
like you think about too, like jump serving. That was really just coming about.
Yeah, we
You
were
know
not-
what I mean?
yeah.
Like that was something
Yeah.
like
We
you know
just-
we
yeah.
really didn't. None of us.
Don't
really
even
did.
get me
We
on there.
practiced,
We've
but we would
we've talked
do it
about
outside
this,
of practice.
and I've expressed my opinion on every volleyball game there is. Unless you are a Division I college volleyball player and you can hit that ball down,
Yeah.
you're doing no good by just jumping and tapping it over. You
Yeah.
might as well stay on your. There's less
yeah,
error.
Yeah.
That she may disagree because she will. Oh, we jump serve,
Not
jump
even
serve.
say anything.
Because you're looking at me like you don't know what you're talking about.
I look at
Believe me,
everybody.
believe me, I've kept track.
Just her look.
So.
It's my face.
So yeah, 39. You guys, we're gonna cover the losses, and I know I wanted to show how good that team was. Lindbergh, which you said was good. You lost to Borgia twice, and they got second in Class 3. You lost to Herman once, and you lost to Washington twice. They got fourth in Class 4. So if you take those, potentially Herman and Lindbergh, kind of like the other one, yeah, they're probably gimme losses because they were so good to those larger schools. Very good record, and let's go over and you guys, if you want to add anything else, but I'm going to go over the awards because, like I said, not just athletically, which are great, but you guys had a very good group of young girls on that team. It was just to have this kind of recognition. So we're going to go through the awards. Aaron Mankey, first team unanimous all conference, first team all district, Missouri and all area first team, academic all conference, first team all state. Cricket Gumper, honorable mention all conference. Was cricket kind of, I should ask earlier, was cricket kind of like Tony, kind of like the dirt, kind of, hey, we're
Yep.
the digger, I'm gonna go get all the balls,
Yes.
I'm gonna do all the
Yes.
dirty work that
And
the
out
team.
on the outside,
Okay.
and I will
Hitter.
tell you, I texted her the other day,
Uh-huh.
she got hurt the week in between
Yes.
sectionals and
Yeah.
state.
Really?
She sprained her
Her
ankle
ankle.
Yeah.
right over here.
Yep, never
The
forget it.
night before we left.
Yep.
Okay.
We used to leave on a Thursday. She did it on a Wednesday night, and I thought, oh boy.
Yep.
Now what are we gonna
Yep.
do?
Yep.
So I don't really think that we let her practice too much on that Thursday at state, cause we practiced on Thursday. But then Friday, we taped her
She
up.
was tough.
Good to go.
Yeah.
It was, I kind of
Didn't
remember.
she go and get like acupuncture?
Like, she could have
Yeah,
gotten
I think
acupuncture.
I think she went and got acupuncture
But,
for her ankle.
I mean, like,
right before we left.
we were blessed that year. I mean, Danielle got injured at the beginning, but
Mhm.
for the most part, we were
Yeah.
pretty healthy.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
person would have gotten hurt, it could have been
Yeah.
different.
Okay,
Yeah.
before I continue on, I observe stupid things, I understand that. The photo of her, she was jigging a ball in Dave Mankey's book. And you guys all had the ankle braces, which I wore at the end of my playing days, everything too. You don't see anyone wearing those anymore. Especially allowed that before you could not go under net at all, correct?
You
Or-
still can't. In
I
club-
thought it was like you, as long as your whole foot, either that or they missed a lot of calls in these games because a lot of people had their foot.
It's the same rules that it has
Okay.
been.
So you can't go under the net at all?
You can have your foot on the line, but your
Okay.
foot cannot go over
Okay.
the line.
But still, that even then, a lot of players coming down on ankles.
Yes.
I hold my breath a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was just, because I saw her, she had those active
I-
ankle, I think it was called. yeah.
I can't even tell you how many sprained ankles I've had. I mean, my
Like just
ankles.
walking, she would sprain.
Yeah.
her
Really?
My ankles are permanently swollen from playing sports, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to this. Cricket Gumper, honorable mention all conference, first team all district, Missouri and all area honorable mention, academic all conference. Daniel Maynard, second team all district, academic all conference. Ashley Bailey, first team unanimous all conference, first team all district, Missouri and all area first team, academic all conference, second team all state. April Brandt, second team all district, academic all conference, academic all state. Kathleen Shear, first team all conference, first team all district, Missouri and all area first team. These are on her notes. Prep cast player of the game and state championship game, academic all conference, first team all state. Hannah Smith, Missy Mueller, Kate Oberg, Natasha Halsey, academic all conference and all state. I don't know why I have that. Academic all state with them. I have something else here, but as I talked to her coach Hainer before, that is phenomenal that every girl on that team was academic all conference at least, which you said was a 3-6 or
3-6
3-6.
during the season.
So that speaks volumes for the character you guys were, that school wasn't. Did you put a lot of emphasis on, hey, you need to keep your grades? Obviously, you probably didn't have anyone.
I think she did.
Every once in a while, Coach Stein was like, hey, you think you can study a little bit in this class so you're eligible? That kind of stuff, but you probably never had that.
I have been
No,
blessed
you
with
haven't.
really good
Yeah,
kids. Like,
yeah.
that is, I should make it a big deal, but that's kind of like a normal thing for us to have all kinds of kids for academic all conference. And we're just blessed here in this building.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize just how good of kids we have in
Yeah.
this school.
I mean, it was stressed to us to take care of business, not just
Yeah.
here. And also not just in this building, like when you're out of here, you guys really need to be making good decisions.
And we had a higher, how did that work? Like our grade point average, like it was different. Our scale was different. And then like what was it? A 95 was like a B. Like it was like crazy how like you had a 95 above was A, but after that it was
Yeah,
a
it's
B.
crazy.
And it was just, it was a tough grading scale, you know? Like we
Yeah.
definitely did, but I feel like that's helped us all in the long run too.
So And we talked about it earlier, I'm gonna recap, this is to show the kind of caliber of players they had. Nothing against anyone else, but this is just the all-state part of it. Aaron and Kathleen were first team, Ashley was second. Again, Kara Hackman, was Kara like the player of the year in the state that year, if there was one?
Could have been.
Okay, and then you had Johanna Banger and Abby Rains. So that just shows the losses you had of this caliber that you guys lost to. It wasn't like, hey, it's Washington,
Yeah.
they're 4A and they weren't very good, but so
Yeah.
that is all I have. I will tell you, I know this was kind of short notice. She said this was great that we cover this because you guys are going to celebrate 20 years, which is,
Yeah.
I try to keep it in season, so I appreciate each one of you taking your time out. I always say it's not for me. I enjoy it because my old boss said you enjoy doing it. I do enjoy talking about these. And it's not going back to the high school years. It's, you guys have probably never done, have you guys ever had a sit down interview like this?
No.
This is potentially something that your kids, because it'll be on or YouTube unless we all go into somewhere, but it's something that your kids and grandkids will be able to watch. And it's like, hey, look at grandma there when she was still 38 years old, but look at her. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's something out there, and a lot of people, they said, I will make these public. A lot of people will probably say, hey, you brought back, I don't know how many players. Are you guys still in contact with the majority of your team? Or I know,
Really
Or
just,
no?
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
is
a
it
lot
just
of it moved
important
away.
players,
Like,
or-
we
Yeah,
very much all still
us
get
three for
together,
sure.
talk quite
Are you-
weekly, you know, so.
is your whole or is the whole team going to be able to
No,
make it there?
they're not,
Okay.
and I've heard from just about everybody, back whether or not they're
Yeah.
going. I mean, so at least,
Is it just us three?
Is it just, yeah, in my family?
um,
I think I'm the only one
I
reading
think,
everybody.
yes, I have to look back. But like, it's easier now to contact kids than it was, you know.
Do you think it's because it's in St. Joe that they don't, or you just think, hey,
Yeah,
we're
oh,
just,
you know that was
And that's
like.
a big commitment.
Yeah.
or is it just like, hey, we've been there, done that, we're not in high school anymore, we don't want to do it, or what?
I think being St. Joe is what, 4.5,
Yeah.
almost 5.
Can you imagine being in
something like
Cape,
that.
sound that way, driving up there to
And
Washington
like,
State?
and Kathleen lives, where does she live now? Down,
Near-
like somewhere
Further away,
south,
yeah.
so it was like gonna be like 8
Yeah.
hours for her or something, kinda crazy.
And
You know,
we love to watch good volleyball too.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
that's
I'm
excited
something
for the
excited to
volleyball.
go
So
and
like, we
yeah,
just wanna
watch
go,
volleyball.
and we're making a whole weekend of it,
Yeah.
so.
well, you know, there's a guy around this area that lives maybe northwest of here, that's a pretty high-ranking member in Misha, I believe. You think that maybe he would have a say, and I know that people always ask, why don't you have it in Columbia? The problem with that is the football schedules. If they have a home game, how are you gonna get enough parking for all that? But
Well, if they don't,
just doing this on extreme corners is absolutely crazy. Having
they
a
don't
Cape,
put in for it,
they don't want it at all.
if they don't put in for it, they don't put in for it.
It's-
So there's that.
So what can we do to, I mean, even Warrensburg is a little more central to, they don't want any more either, or?
I don't know,
I know this isn't about it, but I'm just like, curious why that,
I kind of think when we left Warrensburg, and I really don't know this for sure, hotels were a little bit of an issue. Now, I do think that probably there are more hotels in Warrensburg now than there were in 2005, but there were years that we had to stay not even in Warrensburg because the hotels were just full already.
I think the
So-
year we were there, we stayed in Sedalia. Or I remember like when I was a kid, my aunt Karen
Yeah.
calling, and like your mom
yeah.
calling
Right after
like
that
right after
game.
districts, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Back
Yeah.
way back when we were little, we were going to those games. But I remember
you
getting
needed a
hotels
hotel.
where
Yeah.
you know you almost made them ahead of time and then canceled them because
Yeah.
you didn't know
Right.
kind of thing. But
Yeah.
well, I know in Herman, whenever there's a sectional, as soon as the sectional game is over, if
Yeah.
boom, they're
Yep.
they're
Yep.
filling up
Yeah.
whatever they can do.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I didn't know, but
We're
we
looking
gotta
forward
get,
to it.
I think St. Joseph has a good facility. I have not been up there to see that, but I think that they kind of just really have very good facilities up there.
so. If you guys don't have anything else, I'm gonna ask Coach one question now. Coach Dennis Carey will say that the 92 team was the best ever, right?
You will.
Let me look over here. Let me get off the camera for a minute.
And he'll say that their winning percentage was better as well.
Okay.
Now that's hard. I remember I was on that team, so I'm like kind of dogging myself.
I'm looking at this team. I know hitting's not everything, but hitting's a lot. I don't see two hitters that were as strong as the two big hitters you have.
I would agree with it. I don't know. We wouldn't have been able to block them. Suzanne was our middle hitter on that team. She's 5'4". We would not have been able to block
And
them.
that's what I'm saying.
That was
We
shorter
would
than
have
me
been
and I
able
didn't play
to
forever.
dig them, but we would not have been able to block them.
Okay, so, you know my thoughts on Julie. Julie, I played a lot of co-ed. Julie was the best setter I have, and I played with Megan. I played with a lot of the Herman girls that were setters. Julie, at least for me, put that ball every time where I wanted the ball. So you can probably have some comparison, nothing against Aaron, so a comparison there, but I'm with you. Looking at them now, and I know they can hear, this team is the best team. And I'm not just saying it because you guys are here. When you're just, and it's a different time. I mean, it was what, we're 23, or, I'm getting bad with it. 13 years before that.
30.
So obviously the game even changed that much.
Right. We played to 15
Yeah.
back then.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, not here, but doing that, but I'm with you. I'm gonna have, Coach Carey's like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. But-
Now, I did have some really good teams after them also that would have probably matched up kind of okay, like Emma Engelbrecht
Yeah.
against these guys, Lauren Gerleman playing against
Yeah.
these guys. I mean, I had some really good outside hitters as well. So it would be interesting.
but you know
So now we're all
what?
too
Two,
old.
they'll never
But-
know.
but-
It's
but-
like-
We're all too
Yeah.
old.
It's like Wally Shear said. They were a great team in '67, but it doesn't
It doesn't.
not say state champion. We're talking about you. Like Coach said, you have to be good, but you have to have a lot of luck on your side as you're progressing through these state tournaments. You just have to catch someone off at the right or the wrong time or whatever. So I do appreciate it. I've said it again. If you guys have someone to watch it, like, because I had it before, sending me friend requests, like, no, these are public, because I like, boom, 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 boom. I said, you do not have to do that. So I will have them up on Facebook, public today. YouTube takes a while for it to download onto there, so especially longer videos. So anything else you guys want to say? Was it as bad, Ashley, as you thought it was going to be?
No.
What
Glad
did you
she
do?
came.
Yeah,
Glad
I am glad too, because
Yeah,
she was,
for sure.
I heard she was a little apprehensive, and that was kind of like when I got Coach Westemeyer and Tricia Flair and Nikki over. I don't know how it's gonna go, because I can be a little overbearing, I know that, but,
Well, I think
Kit, I've also known you
yeah.
my whole entire life, so I don't.
you get nervous that you're not going to remember things.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah, but then I thought I covered
Yeah,
a lot
we
of it, so.
remembered a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of lives happen between then.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
We all are
So,
married
yeah,
and have kids now.
Try to think of that when these girls,
Yeah.
when I did Dwayne Cretley talking about basketball in the 60s and
Yeah.
early 70s, so.
Wild.
All right, you guys have a good day. Do you want to say anything else? I didn't
No.
know if you were saying
No.
anything, so. All right, I appreciate it, you
Got
guys,
nothing.
thanks.